Can you tell I like seeing what games we didn't get? There's something fascinating about what we missed out on, and sad when the reasons do come to light. In this case, the game was unable to receive a release due to the closure of the US subsidiary of Enix, though Europeans were still able to get their hands on it. But was it actually worth play? Yes it is. Despite some issues here and there. The story of Terranigma follows a young man named Ark, one who was labeled as mischievous due to certain actions that would normally earn a spanking. One day, he is dared by some of his housemates to open a door the Elder forbade everyone from opening. While investigating the basement, he's able to obtain a box he can literally jump into, along with a companion to help manage the inside of this little space. However, his neat little pocket realm will have to be used in helping to restore the village he doomed. By the time he manages to traverse all 5 towers to save his friends, he's given the order by the Elder to restore the world, which has seemingly lost all life on it, becoming nothing but a barren wasteland. As opposed to his own home, which is, well, nothing but ice and lava somehow. The plot is overall good, though the pacing is slow after reaching this point due to Ark lacking people to talk to. I mean, there are plants and animals he can converse with somehow, but very little of it matters until near the end of the game. Afterwards, the main cast is able to build itself up, with Ark having to deal with his desire for exploration, having some difficulties here and there, such as being trapped in a dark cave after being snowed in, or witnessing a village similar to his own be slaughtered by a greedy king's orders. It's a journey of Ark becoming a true hero and maturing in his own way, all while missing what he left behind, including the woman he loves, Elle. However, there is also a mystery in need of solving, as Ark discovers more clues hinting at something being quite wrong in both this and his own world. Not every character in his tale does have that much of a personality, but there's enough here to keep me satisfied, especially for Ark. But the real fun comes in the gameplay. It's an action RPG with Ark able to freely attack foes with his staff. The techniques are especially important as certain moves, such as ground dash, are ideal in destroying certain foes immune to standard attacks. Plus, it's very fun to use and abuse, and gathering certain gear does help in making traversing dungeons much easier too, some items even worth keeping around. The 9 item limit also helps in making sure every battle isn't just some endurance test. The beginning of the game in particular is great at letting the player explore the gameplay, where the starting weapon can heal Ark over time until he travels to the surface. And dungeons are fairly small enough to not get lost in, though some solutions and items can be a tad hard to find. There's also a magic system. By gathering Magirocks, these crystal thingies, they increase the number of spells you can perform in the form of rings. By visiting certain shop owners, they can be converted into spells like using a flamethrower, curing spells, a screen-hitting light spell, etc. While it can be handy, the system itself isn't perfect, as certain bosses can render it useless for no explained reason, especially the final boss, which makes things more infuriating if you can't hit a foe. I'm looking at the birds in particular. Apart from the magic system, the only other flaw can be seen in certain bosses serving as a wall to grind out levels. There are really only 2 though. The final boss, who I was barely able to defeat, and the boss known as Bloody Mary, who is harder to hit thanks to objects blocking your path, an extremely high defense, and basically requires spamming certain light spells. While certain other bosses could be annoying, only these 2 served as pure frustration and point out the flaws in the game's system. There was also an annoying stealth section lacking enough space to see certain guards. Times like these I wish Ark was Agent 47, or at least Steven Seagal from those Mad TV skits. Still, there is a lot of fun to be had with the gameplay as you learn how to use techniques against certain foes appropriately. Just remember Ark can block, the most essential skill for bullet-like attacks, unless you want to be poisoned horribly or something. I say remember for I can be dumb and forgot to use it. A lot. In my defense, others forgot about this too. TV Tropes told me so. Now, due to the nature of the plot, Ark is tasked with fighting off certain monsters to restore the world back to normal. And as you could tell by the game footage, the eras kinda rapidly evolve. One minute you are helping a princess in a country stuck in the medieval age, the next you are in America where a kid is showing off his skateboarding skills. And things can further evolve depending on your actions, like voting in an election or mostly giving characters certain items to further develop the cities. The downside are the rewards for accomplishing certain tasks. See, it's not as if you can get upgraded equipment to help form the best gear possible. Maybe some new items shops are open, but nothing really all that lasting. During a certain point, Ark is given the best armor and weapon with no real effort beyond the main plot. The progress itself could be seen as a reward, but on top of it lacking the same visual presentation carried in story cutscenes, I don't see much of a difference in these cities beyond bigger buildings and subjecting children to certain television shows. The final verdict for Terranigma is, check it out. While I don't worship the game like others do, this is still a very fun title regardless of my issues. I'm sure if it was remade, there could be room for some great improvement. Hopefully done a bit better than certain other titles, though I'm going mostly word of mouth regarding those particular games. I'm the smartest moron, and hopefully next time I'll do better research when promising certain reviews. At least I know for a fact the next game's protagonist has engraved her name on my very soul.